All right, we're going to get into the story of one of my favorite topics, the Tower of Babel. Before we begin, I just want to give a little preface to the story. The Tower of Babel is actually the most logical explanation for the origin of all the different dialects and languages that are in the earth. There is no real better explanation than saying that there was a supernatural hand at work in the formation of all these languages. Take, for example, India and the Philippines, where you have hundreds of languages all in one place. Some of them they're so vastly different from one another. They have completely different alphabets. They're not related to each other hardly at all. Some of them are completely different from one another, have no linguistic commonality, no common threads, but yet they've existed side by side for millennia after millennia. And there is no logical explanation for this. Also, these languages appear suddenly, many of the ancient ones appear suddenly and also simultaneously. If you've ever taken World Civ, you'll notice that there is just a few of these civilizations that are highly advanced in architecture, in mathematics, in astronomy, in language, in art, all and music all at the same time. Just they appear out of nowhere in China, in Mesopotamia, in the Indus Valley, in Egypt. They just suddenly appear out of nowhere. And then there's other things like Stonehenge and other ancient marvels that just appear out of nowhere. There is no explanation for this better than that there was a divine hand at work and that something happened suddenly in this same very era right around when the Tower of Babel is dated, which is about 2300, 2400 BC, something like that. And if you just take the Bible story at face value, that let's just say, you just take it at face value, that people used to live 900 plus years before this cataclysmic flood that, by the way, is in literally every ancient culture's traditions and mythologies and religions, and that they lived to be like 900 years, and that they had access to a tree of life that perpetuated immortality just several generations before, they would naturally be much more wise. And that if 8 of them survived the flood, they would have access to that original knowledge, that original wisdom. And then hence you have these ancient civilizations that appear suddenly, and they coincide with the same dating of when the flood ended. It makes perfect sense. And then the same thing happens with the